Ladies and gentlemen, today is Buddha's teaching day. We're celebrating here at Dzogchen Retreat Center, USA. Buddha Shakyamuni taught 2,936 years ago Four Noble Truths at almost Dzogchen Retreat Center. It's very good, that Dzogchen Retreat Center. Actually, 2,936 years ago at Varanasi, India. And there is, while human beings, 80,000 gods. And since then, Buddha's teaching all over. And then many beings become enlightened beings, and many enlightened beings become Buddha because of Buddha's teaching. Therefore, I ask Patty share some technique, new technique to teach Dharma to even children. It's necessary to teach from children to old age. Even dying people should teach. They never like Buddha's teaching learn. But it's better you're healthy, young, and that time you learn Dharma, it's better. But never like. Please teach Dharma.
Thank you, Kempo, for allowing me this opportunity to stretch my abilities. And hello, YouTube Sangha. My name's Patty Carpenter, and I'm from Port Townsend, Washington. It's hard to believe that 2,936 years ago, Buddha taught Dharma for the first time. And here I am at the Dzogchen Retreat Center in beautiful Oregon, learning the very same teachings that were taught. I am so blessed, and we are also blessed that these teachings are still with us. It's my intention to keep them rolling. My teaching is a children's story about cause and effect, conditions, and happiness. My intention was to write a story that would be of interest to 4-year-olds up to maybe 7-year-olds. Hopefully that they would find the story fun and that they would learn a little bit of Dharma. So I'm going to do a lot of pretending here. Hey kids, today I'm going to talk to you about happiness. Have you ever been happy? You have? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Good. How did it feel?
Good.
Yay! It felt really good, didn't it? Where did you feel it in your body? Did you smile really big?
Yes.
Did you jump up and down? Wow! Did you run and give your parents a hug? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, how about when your mom said you had to go to bed early? No, that didn't make you happy, did it? But I bet playing with your friends made you happy, didn't it? Yeah, it's fun. You know, our friends and our families are conditions for our happiness. A lot of people are. And they're also conditions for our unhappiness. You know, when we get grumpy or when we get mad, you know. So today I've got a story to tell you about happiness. So here it goes. Once upon a time, long, long ago, in a world we call Samsara, lived a little girl, not beautiful, not plain. She was just a really sweet little girl, and her name was Sissy. Take a deep breath. Her day, let's see, I forgot an important part to tell you about Sissy. When she was good, she was very, very good. And everyone around her rejoiced and was happy because she was such a delight. She always had a wonderful, sweet, bodhicitta, bodhisattva nature. So this day of the story, it started off really great for Sissy. Her mom fixed her very favorite breakfast, pancakes with banana slices for eyes and a great big part of the banana for a smile. That was her favorite breakfast. So after she finished helping her mom with the dishes, she ran out to play, and her favorite place to play was down by the pond. there she saw lots of creatures that didn't look at all like her. They didn't even speak the same language as she did. Imagine that. Her favorite one was green, and he had big bubbly eyes. And he hopped, and he plopped, and he hopped from lily pad to lily pad. And she just laughed and laughed. Sissy thought he was the greatest thing she'd ever seen. So she thought, if I could only keep this frog, do we think it's a frog? Could be. And he would be in a jar, and I could keep him forever, and I could play with him. So she ran and she asked her mom, could she have a jar? Her mom said, you know, Sissy, if you put the frog in the jar, he's not going to like it. And eventually he'll die, because he's most happy and healthy when he's in his pond. Sissy thought that over, and she decided for herself that she really didn't want to see that little frog of hers suffer, that she could enjoy him just watching him around the old pond. So she went back, and by golly, there he was. He showed up, and he was jumping around, and he was going, ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Can you say that?
Ribbit.
Ribbit. Yeah. And you think that's what the language of a frog?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. So she was so happy that this frog was there, and he was running around, and then he said suddenly, ribbit, ribbit. Hey, sissy girl, can you do this? And he hopped from a stone to a lily pad. And then he just plopped right in the water, and she got so excited. She thought, oh, I could do that. So she hopped and she hopped and she leapfrogged around, and she said, oh, my brother would really enjoy doing this. So she ran over and was going to tell her brother about it, and he was playing with his truck, and he was so intent on playing with his truck, and he was thinking, boy, I love this truck. This is the best truck in the world. It's my only truck, and it's shiny, and I love it. And he was playing with it, and he said, man, I'll always be happy if I've got this truck. And by the time little Sissy got over there, something had changed. Something was wrong. Brother was jumping up and down and shouting and shaking his fist, and his hair was standing on edge, and his face was all red, and she went, uh-oh. Something is really wrong here. So she ran up to her brother, and she was going to give him a big hug, and he pushed her, and he said, I hate you, sissy. Get away from me. Get away from me. You broke my toy, and I can never be happy again. Well, Sissy kind of shrugged her shoulders and said, you know, brother, I'm really sorry that you've got a broken truck. But I got things to do. So she was leapfrogging and leapfrogging and leapfrogging. And the brother, having calmed down, looked, and he said, that looks like fun. I wonder if Sissy would share with me how to do that. So he ran over to her, and he said, uh-oh, before he got it, uh-oh. I pushed her and said really bad things to her. Maybe she won't play with me. So lo and behold, he gets over there to her and says, please, Sissy, I am so sorry. I love you. Will you play with me? And she said, sure. And so she showed him how to do the trick, and they leapfrogged over each other and hopped all around the pond area, and they had a marvelous time. And she was very tired and very excited and very happy that she had a wonderful day. So that's my story about happiness. And I'm so grateful and happy that you listened to me, all of you, the big kids and the little kids. And this little story has several topics that would be helpful in opening the door of Dharma for your children. Sissy wanting to squeeze onto happiness by keeping Bodhi, that's the frog's name, which I forgot to tell you, in a jar. Happiness is not outside of ourselves. It resides in us. It is a part of us. And that's the secret, is that we are all happiness inside. Sissy is able to make her own decisions based in compassion when her mother tells her that the frog would suffer and die if he was put into a jar. Not wanting the frog to suffer is bodhicitta arising. Brothers, thinking his truck is his only source of happiness is negative thinking. And that thinking brings him suffering. When it breaks, clinging to impermanent stuff as your source of happiness brings suffering. Everything is impermanent. Sissy understood that brother's anger is the result of his own causes, karma, and had nothing whatsoever to do with her. Sissy remained a sweet child of Buddha by not getting into fights with her brother when he pushed her down and got angry with her. Brother exhibited renunciation when he says he's sorry for pushing Sissy down and by vowing never to do that behavior again. May all of those who hear this story achieve vast awakening in this very life. I dedicate all merit gathered by the writing of this story to the true happiness of all sentient beings. Please look for more information about happiness and other teachings of Dogen Khenpo Choga Rinpoche at www.dzogchenlineage.org. Thank you.